Hey guys, so I am really close to the camera right now in my opinion, and I'm sitting in a dark room and it's a Monday night and I haven't filmed a video in a really long time, so it feels really weird to sit down in front of a camera and talk to one. But basically today I'm going to be introducing you to this experiment that I am going to be doing this week, and I talked about this in my last video explaining why I was going off of social media for the week, but I didn't really go into depth about exactly what I was doing. So that's what I'm here to talk about. This week I am going on a mission to find out who I am as a person, which is like a lot to say and it's really cheesy, so sorry. But yeah, this week I'm taking a break from all of those stupid things in my life that kind of influence the way that I think, and just taking time for myself to get to know myself as an individual, learn how to think independently, and honestly just kind of figure out like my life in a way. And I'm doing this in the form of an experiment to kind of just live more deliberately, as Henry David Thoreau would say. I created a list of rules for myself right here. These are my rules. I'm going to share them with you because I feel like I should. So here we go. Rule number 1. A journal must be in your possession at all times. 2. Whenever you experience a negative thought or a thought that you would normally suppress, write it down in your journal and reflect on it. So I talked about this a little in my last video. If you want to check it out, I'll link it down below. But basically I noticed myself having these thoughts that were sometimes negative, sometimes just random thoughts that I would kind of suppress or compartmentalize in my brain, and basically I would choose not to think about them when deep down I knew that I should have reflected on them and figured out what was going on, simply just distracting myself with other things that kind of influenced the way that I thought. So yes, I'm going to be carrying a journal around all week and writing down my thoughts in it so that I can actually reflect on them when I have them. Rule number 3, think as an individual. Remove yourself from distractions. This means, and then I said, no money spending, no shopping, no going out to eat, no social media. So for me, money and social media play a huge role in the way that I think. Going on social media totally influences the way that I think. It's just so stupid to live in this state where not state, but mental state where money controls so much of my life, where some people live without money at all and they're perfectly happy with their lives. So yes, no money and no social media. Next rule, spend at least an hour a day in solitude, preferably outside. This means going outside or anywhere that I can be alone and just being able to be in this state of solitude and reflect on my thoughts and stuff like that, where I don't have everything around me as a distraction. Next rule, to fill the free time allotted without the distractions of money and social media, be productive. These should take at least 3 hours of your day. So basically, social media and going out and doing things that require money take up so much of my time that now that I won't have these things to take up that time, I've created other things to do. I have write, clean, make art, spend more time in the studio. All of this time that I have been wasting on my phone or watching Netflix or shopping, I should have been in the studio, and that's what I'm going to do this week. So I'm really excited for that. Take 20 seconds to reply to anyone who talks to you. Use this time to think about how you really feel and give them an honest response. This will help you think as an individual. That I'm scared for, because 20 seconds could be way too much time or not enough time at all, depending on the conversation. So it's going to be really weird when someone's like, what do you want to do later? And I'm just like, I don't know, I think I'm going to go work on my humanities paper. Is that not so uncomfortable? Yeah, that might have to change. Then I have a list of times and what I should be doing during those times. So I have From 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. I should be doing homework every single day. 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. should be spent in the studio. Like I said before, any free time that I get when I'm not doing something, I should be in the studios using these beautiful facilities that I'm not going to have ever again after this experience here. I should be there taking full advantage of them. At the end of each day, read everything you wrote in your journal and take 10 minutes to sit in silence and think about everything that happened. I think I'm going to use those 10 minutes and almost meditate. Well, I'm going to take 10 minutes to think and then also meditate, because I think meditating will be really, really helpful in this experience. And then, after reflecting, get your camera and record a video blog on your thoughts and how the experiment is going. That is what I'm doing right now. Hi, I'm starting this video blog. Let's go. You and me. We're in this together. At the end of the week, collect all of the videos and compile them into a video diary about the experiment and share it with your class and post it to YouTube. I'm so scared for this. You may be watching this right now. Well, you are watching this right now. Hi. This is going to be a very personal thing, and I don't know how much of my inner self I want to share. Like, this experience is really mainly like for me to be able to share this experience with myself, but I'm really excited to share it with other people. It's just really, really terrifying to know that like everyone in my class is going to see this, and whoever clicks on this video on the internet is going to see this. That's terrifying. But yeah, that's a rule, and I'm going to do it. So, hi. I'm Snyder, and this is my experiment to live deliberately. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday night now, which is crazy because I didn't journal at all yesterday, and I didn't journal as much as I wanted to today, but I did it. I am so like uncomfortable with this whole journaling thing, which I didn't think I would be, but it's really hard to like carry around a journal all the time, and like whenever you have a thought, just like write it down. I know that I'm going to do it just because I like feel like it's necessary that I do it. It's just like really hard right now. So hopefully things get better. I did notice myself getting better at journaling towards the end of the day. Also, I've been a few days now. I started on Friday without money, and Saturday without social media, and it's been going really well. So that's really good. I obviously like I miss it whenever I like check my phone and I'm like, oh, I don't have notifications. That's really weird, but it's really nice because I don't feel so like attached to my phone all the time. Like, yes, I don't feel like I need to do that anymore, which is really cool. And it's only been a few days, but it's really nice. It's just the journaling thing that I'm struggling with. But since I didn't really start journaling until today, I think I'm going to continue journaling even after I finish this part of my project, because it's been like somewhat helpful, I guess, but I'm sure it will get better. But yeah, so it's Tuesday. A lot of people have been contacting me about things going on back home, like kids from my school and my parents and stuff, and there's just a lot of stuff going on in my life outside of being here that has been extremely stressful and overwhelming, so that is not very good. But I think that it's really nice to be in here and having everything that I have to do to take my mind off of what I'm doing or what I'm thinking about that's going on back home, so that's really, really, really helpful. It's just a lot to think about, so I wrote about that. Also, I've been doing my meditating every night, which is really, really nice. I personally am really bad at meditating, but I'm trying to get better. So every night I'll try and do a 10-minute meditation, which is actually pretty long if you think about it, like having to go 10 minutes in that like mind space. Yeah, that's all I have to say for today. I'll see you on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. See ya. Peace. I don't know. So it is day 2 of journaling. It's Wednesday. I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with journaling right now, which is really good. I was really, really scared about journaling yesterday, and I don't know why. I was kind of like afraid to like put all of my personal like feelings and thoughts into this journal and onto a piece of paper that anyone could read. And also just talking about it on camera made me really uncomfortable, but I'm starting to get better, especially like Monday I was supposed to start journaling. Even on Saturday and Sunday I wanted to, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So that's why today's only the second day, but I'm really proud of myself because I carried my journal around all day, and every time I had one of those thoughts that I really wouldn't have wanted to have or would have normally suppressed, I wrote it down, and I'm going to read some of them. This was written at 1:07 p.m. She said, "Sometimes this school makes me feel inadequate. Everyone here thinks so intellectually and is so smart, and I don't feel that way. People came from school that have classes such as cultural anthropology and feminism, and all my school has is humanities, science, and art. I feel stupid and unprepared. I do the bare minimum back home and get straight A's, but here I'm always putting in all of my effort and struggling to maintain a good grade. I feel stupid." Clearly, I was not feeling myself earlier with my whole academic situation here, but I think that writing about it was kind of helpful because it took those thoughts and like put it into words on paper for something that I could go back later and read. And now that I live on it, like, yeah, I still have those feelings, but they're not necessarily as bad as they were before, and I don't, like, I almost see myself as like silly for writing that, so maybe that helped. I don't really know. But yeah, and then at 4:35 I wrote, "This experiment is becoming more challenging. I wanted to do a full digital detox, but I need my computer for art research." Oh yeah, so today I like didn't use my phone at all. I left it in my room all day, and I was so proud of myself, and I like locked it up so I wouldn't use it, and I was so proud of myself because I was able to go the entire day without my phone, like without it being distracting, and it was really, really nice. When I had it, I found myself constantly checking for notifications. Without social media, I was constantly disappointed to see an empty screen. Also, I found myself at a loss without money. I'm always hungry, and I can no longer go out and get food whenever I want. People make plans to go out, and other people go online shopping, but I can't participate in any of those because of the restrictions I put on myself. Looking back on this now, I feel kind of stupid because I was like, Ella, it's like one day like of this week without money or social media. Like, the fact that other people were like tempting you, or the fact that you were tempted by other people, is really stupid. But at the time I wrote it down because it was something I was struggling with, and I'm happy that I wrote it down because I realized like how silly I was to write that. That's everything I have to say today. I'm really excited to see where the rest of this experiment goes because it's been really interesting so far. But yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, so it's Thursday today, Thursday night, and today I went to San Francisco, which was really fun. I went to the De Young Museum and also walked across the Golden Gate Bridge, which was so beautiful. But I didn't really carry around my journal today. I carried around my phone, just because I wanted to, I just didn't want to carry the journal, obviously, like just traveling all over the place, but it just kind of felt like a burden to like carry that journal around and write. So I carried my phone and I took notes in it, and the whole time, I hate to admit this because I'm so ashamed of it, but the whole time I was so like tempted to like download Instagram and like post these really cool pictures that I was taking, but thank God I didn't. But I'm just ashamed to think that like that was a temptation for me. Like, I couldn't go like this far without Instagram. What the heck? But yeah, I didn't download Instagram, thank God. But I don't know, it was hard. Being in San Francisco like brought up a lot of like memories for me, and it was just really weird to have all of these things like manifest in my brain and think about them. But I wrote in my journal, so I wrote about some of like the depressing thoughts that I had today, and that sucked. I don't know how much of this I'm going to share with you guys, just because it's really personal. And I think that the point of writing in this journal was not to like have to share all of it with the internet, but really just to be able to write it and reflect on it myself so I wouldn't suppress the thoughts like I normally do. But I talked about walking across the Golden Gate Bridge and how beautiful of an experience it would be. But in middle school, I used to have such like depressing, like dark thoughts about like ending my life and stuff like that. And just walking across that bridge brought up a lot of those memories. And I kept seeing these signs that were like, there is hope, like call this hotline. And I was just reminded of all of those horrible things I used to think about in middle school, and it just made all of those ideas so intriguing all at once. And I was like, what the fuck am I thinking right now? Like, I just need to get off of this bridge. Like, it's so beautiful and with so many great amazing people, and just these thoughts are ruining that experience for me. And I wrote about that in my journal, and I don't want to read about it because it will make me cry. I know that if I read it, it will make me cry. But it was just really hard because it was supposed to be such a good experience, and it was ruining that experience for me. So that was horrible. I've noticed how much weight I've gained. I wonder if my brain blocks out the negative body image like it does with my negative thoughts, because shit, when did I get so flabby? I can no longer see my protruding ribs. My butt and legs have no definition. I feel like a puff pastry. I feel ugly. I can't remember if I wrote about this earlier, but being here has, like, I've just given up on, like, everything. I've given up on, like, eating healthy and, like, taking care of myself. I've just kind of been like, I'm in California and I want to be happy, so I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm gonna go get burgers. I'm gonna go get pizza. Like, I'm tired, so I don't feel like washing my face tonight. And it's definitely taken a toll on my body. Like, I'm no longer the little stick figure that I used to be, and I think that's good because it definitely was not healthy living the way that I did in Boston, but it's also not healthy the way that I'm living here. And, like, they give us such healthy, like, nutritious meals, and I'm not taking that opportunity. Like, I am taking it, like, I'm eating all of that, but then after that I'll be like, I'm still kind of hungry, like, let me go get a burger, instead of being like, I'm still kind of hungry, let me go eat the carrots in my fridge. So that sucks. I think this whole process would have been a lot easier if every other person at my school was also doing the same experiment as me, because I'd be more motivated to, like, not use any technology at all. But having my phone on me is just, like, so tempting to, like, I'm gonna send a text, I'm going to take a picture, like, I'm gonna do this. I wrote, I miss my mom so much. Going to the DN today made my homesickness even worse. I've gone to so many museums in new cities with her. The National Gallery in London, the Met, the MoMA, and experiencing this with her would have been so amazing. I got back to school and had a letter waiting for me from her. She is so sweet, and the letter made me tear up. God, I miss her so much. Just being there made me think of her so much. Everything that I saw, I was like, God, I wish I could show this to my mom. She would love that. And so it was just really hard because I'm not going to see her. I haven't seen her for the past, like, 2 months, and I'm not going to see her for another month. And then after that, I'm not going to see her for a month, and then I'm not going to see her for a lot this summer. And just being away from her for so much time has been really hard because she's my best friend, and I love her. But yeah, that's everything that I wrote about today. I'm going to go get some sleep now because it's so late and I'm so tired, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Hey everyone, so it's Friday and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I stopped spending money last Friday and I wanted to go throughout Sunday without spending money, but I thought about it and I was like, fuck it, it's Friday, I'm starving and I'm going to buy food. And I'm kind of ashamed of myself for the fact that I thought that it was okay to break my rule like that, and I'm also ashamed of the fact that I even thought of not spending money as a challenge, because I watched one of Lexi Lombard's 30 Days Without Money videos, and I came to the conclusion that it's so stupid to view living without money as a challenge, because so many people are forced to live their lives in poverty, and to think that going without money for just a week was going to challenge me in any way was stupid. I went and I bought pizza, and as soon as I ate it, I felt so guilty because I couldn't even go more than a week without spending a single dollar, and I was ashamed of myself, and I wrote about that because I am so mad at myself for breaking that rule and even making it a rule in the first place as if it was going to challenge me. And while yes, going without money for a week was a nice break from having that distraction, I shouldn't have viewed it as something that was going to challenge me intellectually, because so many people are forced to do it every single day and they don't choose to live in poverty. They have to because they don't have any other choice, and I just feel really stupid. But I wrote a lot today. I wrote, this kind of starts, well, I'm going to start with see, I'm so connected to social media that instead of saying journal entry, I said post. What is wrong with me? I wrote, today I gave in and spent money, $12.50 for a much needed pizza. It's been a week since I started my experiment, but only 3 days writing in my journal. The first few days I couldn't bring myself to write in here. I think it was because I was embarrassed, or maybe I was afraid. Afraid to know myself like that. Afraid to share that part of me with anything or anyone besides the darkest parts of my brain. Opening up has been liberating. I'm going to keep writing at least until Wednesday. I've noticed that writing has helped reduce my anxiety. I miss Instagram so much. I wish I didn't think about it, but I do, all the time. I wish I could just go and do a full digital detox, but I have so much work and I need the internet. Living without money was not too challenging, but it started getting hard every day when I realized that I was hungry and I couldn't go out and buy food. The food here hasn't been great and I'm always hungry. I want to go out and I want to shop, but I can't. I have been reading and I have been meditating. It's all very relaxing. If this experiment does change me, I will use my phone a lot less and live in the present a lot more. As far as thinking independently, I think I'm getting better. I've stopped letting others and other distractions influence me and my thoughts, and I'm learning about myself more and more every day. I feel like living without social media has been really helpful in keeping me off of my phone. Without social media, I use my phone a lot less, but it doesn't really stop me from thinking about it. When I go out and I see something and I want to take a picture of it, I'm like, I want to Instagram that, but I can't. But at the same time, it's I don't need my phone because I'm not going to take a picture of it and I'm not going to Instagram it, and if I really wanted to, I can come back when my experiment's over and do it. But it's just annoying to be it's been a week and I still miss social media. That's so stupid. I hate myself for even thinking that. Also, keeping a journal with me at all times has really helped because I've been making lists and staying organized. I made a to-do list for myself for tomorrow. It says, clean, make room pretty, talk to parents, video this project. So obviously that's what I'm doing right now. I need to continue doing this. Work on paintings, project X, humanities shit. Very organized. Good job, Ella. This is very personal, so I don't know how much I'm going to talk about it in this video, because while this is supposed to be a public representation of what I'm writing, there's some things that I've written in this journal that are just so deep that I really think they should only be for me. But I talked about my moral code and how being faced with this moral dilemma that I've had recently has really affected me, and it's something that happened about a week ago that really made me question my morals and what I should do, and how making this decision would affect my morals. And I made this decision and I'm really happy with the decision that I made, but I'm not sure if it went against the things that I stand for, which sucks because it's I made this decision that makes me happy, but I don't know if it makes others around me happy or if it really stands for everything else that I believe in. So that just sucks because I feel like I did something really egotistical, because it was I did something for myself for once, which I never do, but at the same time it's not really helping anyone around me, and that sucks. So yeah, I wrote about that, and I'm sorry that I can't share more with you, but it's just really fucking personal, and I can't see myself putting this on the internet or talking about it to my class or anything like that, because it just sucks and I don't want to talk about it to anyone else. But I do think that writing it in my journal has helped relieve a lot of the anxiety around my thoughts about this issue, and it's helped me think about it more instead of just suppressing it or compartmentalizing it. But it just sucks because it's so personal that I can't share it with anyone else. So that sucks. I've said that so many times in this journey, but it just sucks. It sucks, and that's all I'm going to say because I need to go to sleep. It's so late. I need to sleep. Good night. Hey, so it's Saturday night. Recording these has gotten progressively harder over the past few nights just because of living with so many people and trying to find space to be alone and record such personal stuff has gotten pretty difficult, but I'm here nevertheless to talk about how my day went. I woke up and I immediately felt so unmotivated. I always tell myself in the morning when I wake up that I'm going to wake up early and get work done because I have so freaking much to do this weekend. I just felt so unmotivated, and that was the first thing that I wrote about in my journal. I said, I feel so unmotivated, but I need to do so much work. Everything here is getting really hard. I'm trying so hard and not even doing very well. I want to be able to do everything with ease, and I simply can't. I have done no research for my research paper. I was really stressed out this morning, and that's normally something that I would try to not think about and take my mind off of with distractions by going on my phone or going out with friends or just like plugging in and watching Netflix or something like that. And I think that having the ability to take out my journal and write about it as opposed to taking my mind off of it with technology or distractions was really helpful, I guess, because I did end up doing a lot of work today. But I wouldn't say that it necessarily solved my problem. Like I know I've said that before, but writing these things down hasn't helped solve any of my problems, but it definitely has made me think about them a lot more because I'm so mindful of what I'm saying in my journal, because it's like this person that I have to talk to, but really it's just my hand and a piece of paper, and I can like open up about like what's on my mind and not have to worry about people judging me for it except for myself. And since no one's judging me for what I'm saying, I kind of do end up judging myself, and I'm like, you wrote down earlier that you needed to do work, so you better freaking get your butt on that and do your fucking work. Being here has definitely taken a toll on my self-confidence and my like feeling of self-worth. When I first got here, I felt so like liberated. I wasn't really restricted by my parents that like or like any like institutional things that I have back home, like school or work. And so I felt so free that I could like do whatever I want, that I started like getting really like I don't know, my like not my hygiene, but like my self-care, like taking care of myself kind of just like went out the window. Like I started eating really unhealthy proportions and not taking care of my skin and all this stuff. And I think that I've started to realize that as I like look in the mirror and then go and write in my journal. So that kind of sucks. That's about it for Saturday. Can't wait for this experiment to be over, to be honest. Talk to you tomorrow. So it's Sunday night of my experiment, which means that this is the last installation of this video. It's really weird to be sitting here and realize that this is the last like portion of my experiment that's going to be so public. But I think that I have made the decision to continue carrying around this journal with me and journaling my thoughts. I spent money again today. I went out to lunch, which really, if I think about it, I started spending money on Friday because that was the week, the end of the 7 days that I had gone without spending money. But it feels really weird to think that the majority of things that I spend money on are food. But yeah. Today in my journal, I wrote one thing. I wrote, I have so much to do and not enough time to do it. And I think that I have thoughts like this a lot of the time, and I suppress them into the back of my mind, and obviously I don't forget about them because there's no way I'm going to forget about all the stuff that I have to do, but I like take my mind off of it and I distract myself with things, and that really keeps me from getting my work done, which happened a lot today. I woke up, and I literally wrote that when I woke up, and I was like, I have so much stuff to do today. I don't know how I'm going to do this when there's like so much I have to do and only one day to do it. And of course I wrote it down, and then it was in my mind all day. Like writing it down helped me remember it, but I still went out, and I still went out to lunch, and I still hung out with friends. And not necessarily that thought that I had earlier was negative, it's just that it's a thought that I would have suppressed or tried not to think about and distracted myself with other things. But I have been getting work done, and I have a lot more to do, which is why I'm going to keep this kind of short compared to the rest of the days. But yeah. I have a lot of work to do, and I'm happy that I wrote that down because it made me kind of more motivated to work, but it didn't really stop me from procrastinating, which kind of sucks because I wish that it had been more motivating to be like, hey, you have a lot of work to do, you should go do that. I haven't been on social media in a week, and that is so exciting. I don't feel as attached to my phone anymore, and it's great. Like, I went out today and everyone was like on their phones taking pictures for Instagram and stuff like that, and I was like, I don't feel the need to do that right now. I don't feel the need to take out my phone, and I think that's really good because I was so attached to my phone before and now I'm not. Plus, like, whenever I would scroll through Instagram and like see someone doing something, I'd be like, I need to do that because I need to be more like them. And I feel like I can, when I go back to using Instagram, I'm going to be able to like go online and not feel that way anymore because I now have this ability to think as an individual and not feel so influenced by what other people are doing, which is really great. That's about it for my experiment, guys. I am really excited that I did this, and I'm really excited to be sharing it with so many people. I don't know what else to say, but if I do continue to keep my journal, I might do maybe like a monthly update on my YouTube channel just to check in with you guys and tell you how everything is going. But other than that, I think that's it. I hope that you enjoyed listening to my personal babble stuff. I don't know what I was saying. I hope that you enjoyed just listening to me ramble on about all the crazy things going on in my life right now. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you some other time. Bye.